Hello friends, Heidi here from Rain Country. God is good all the time, and I'm here for another vinegar video, but today I'm talking about some of the most unusual vinegars that I have made. Now keep in mind, this is not a how-to video. I already have quite a few vinegar making videos out there, and what I'll do is link to my most recent and most thorough video that I did last year in the description box down below. And I also talk a lot about some of the different things you can make vinegar from. But today I just wanted to share with you some of the fun ideas that I've done over the years that I hope will inspire you guys to be more creative and realize that, wow, I can use anything to make vinegar. I don't have to spend money on apple juice to make it myself or press the apple juice. And by the way, if you spend the money on apple juice, it's usually not raw, and so you would have to then add some kind of starter to it to get it going. It's got it because it is going to ferment. But at any rate, you can make it out of any scraps or herbs or excess you've got coming in from the garden or peels or whatever. So let's go ahead and get into this. I'm going to start off with right here. These are just some of my finished vinegars, which I most of them are right now that I have remaining are all the same color, so I don't have anything really interesting. I don't know what all's in here because I just add to it as I need it, because this is the one that stays in my kitchen. This one is apple. This one is the banana mint. And so I use, for this one, I thought I'd just try it one time and used banana peels, and I get tons and tons of mojito mint out of my garden, so because that's the mint that grows most prolifically for us. And so I just threw that in there just for the heck of it to give it a try, since I had a bunch of it. And it actually gives it a lemon flavor. So that alone is pretty unusual to me. And it just tastes a lot like lemon juice when it's all done. It's crazy. I don't know how banana peel and mojito mint can have a lemon flavor, but I've done it a few times, and every time I get that same result. So I don't think it was just a fluke. One that I actually, some may consider unusual, but isn't really that unusual to me. In fact, some of these I'm going to be listing aren't that unusual because I do them quite a bit with a lot of the stuff coming fresh from my garden, such as nasturtium and rosemary. That one, in all of these type, I make specifically for using in my hair. And it's usually based on whatever's coming in a lot of at that moment. But that one's my favorite to use for washing my hair with. I use it as a hair wash rinse. And by the way, I have a video just on that I'll link to down below, where I describe how I use it and all that. Rosemary and nasturtium flowers are really good for helping with hair growth, as is sage. So a sage vinegar is also great. I've made an apple sage vinegar. And then some other more floral ones I do also really like to make are rose and lavender. Again, these are from my own garden. And then last year, one that I tried for the first time was making them with a mix of fuchsia flowers and honeysuckle flowers, just to try it out. Now, again, all of these floral ones I'm more apt to use as a hair wash / rinse, and I'm out of all them. Now, I can use dehydrated flowers to make some more vinegar, but right now I have a whole bunch of apple vinegar, banana peel vinegar, and a few others I'll be listing here in a moment. And so I'm going to wait until I have fresh flowers coming in. It will start off with the dandelion. So I'll make a dandelion vinegar because I'll be getting tons of dandelion flowers coming in. Yes, I'll be dehydrating a bunch of those up to use in my infused oils for skin cream and healing salve and more, but and teas. But I'll also be using some of the fresh flowers to make a dandelion vinegar. And then as more flowers come in, like the lavender and rose, then I'll make vinegar out of that. And then usually the last one is the nasturtiums and the rosemary. Now, as far as cleaning vinegars go, I usually, even though I can use any of these vinegars in any of the ways I want, I have ones that I'm more apt to use for a cleaning vinegar. So that would be like citrus peel, either just plain citrus peel, dried or fresh, or juniper from our juniper plant out front, mixed with citrus peels, makes a really great cleaning vinegar. Now, one that I did last year that was fun, it's probably not one I'll do much of because dragon fruit is very expensive, but I figured I kind of treated myself last year through Misfits Market when they had dragon fruit at the best price I've seen, and the yellow dragon fruit is the best. It's not quite as pretty looking as the other one, but it has the best flavor. So I bought myself some dragon fruit, enjoyed the fruit, then took the peels, which yes, indeed, are edible, and then threw them into some water with some organic cane sugar and got myself some vinegar going. And so there was that. Another one I'll do on those rare occasions, I'll buy mango, I'll take the mango peels and the pits and make vinegar from that. That one I've done far more frequently than the dragon fruit, since mango is not quite as expensive as dragon fruit. And then another more unusual one that I like to make on time to time is the garlic. Usually I'm using garlic greens and scapes mixed with some fresh oregano, sometimes maybe even throwing a few other herbs in there, though I have yet to use that as a salad dressing vinegar, which I think would be amazing. So I need to make a lot more of that. I typically use that one to add to my chicken's water because of the benefits of the garlic and the oregano in their water, because those herbs are really good at helping to fight and prevent illnesses in your chickens. Now let me list off a few more that I'll make somewhat routinely, and that would be if I ever buy fresh pineapple, I save that rind and I use that and sometimes the core to make vinegar. I've made blackberry vinegar before, not really my favorite because it's so dark that it stains everything, but it does make a great vinegar. Raisin was one I used to make a lot because I love the flavor of it, but raisins can be a little more expensive and aren't exactly free. We do have our own grapes, but it's not the same as raisins because our grapes are always quite tart, and I use those for wine making anyway. So, but yes, raisins too make an amazing vinegar, one that just, it's got, I don't know how to describe it. It's got this smoother type flavor that I really like to use for when I'm using it in a marinade or something like that, or stir fry. I've made just peppermint vinegar from the peppermint in my garden. That would be a good one for cleaning. I wouldn't use it so much in many food-based products because of its stronger flavor. I've made calendula vinegar. Again, that would be one I'd be more apt to use on my hair. And last year, for the first time, since I have a whole bunch of forget-me-nots out there, I did make a forget-me-not vinegar. That's what I wrote down, but I know that's only scratching the surface of all the many vinegars I've made. But again, the purpose of this is to kind of get those creative juices flowing so that if you've got extras of anything, or you've got a lot of dehydrated this or that put up, as long as the produce you're using to make your vinegar is edible and is either in a fresh form or dried form, then those are great for making vinegars. Yes, you can use frozen goods to make vinegars, but when you do that, I highly recommend you add some kind of starter, be it whey, it's got to be active, or the fermentation starter that you'll hear me talk about quite often. So that's if you're using anything that's been previously frozen, because frozen goods don't typically ferment as well as something that's either been fresh or dried. So now what I want from you guys is to please share with us in comments down below, what are some of the interesting and unique vinegars you've made yourself? I've seen some people talk about, and one lady was asking me about can she make a beet green vinegar? Well, you certainly can do that. And you can use grains even to make vinegars. So yes, please share with us down below some of the interesting and unique ones that you've made yourself, so more people, including myself, can get even more ideas. Normally what I'm doing is just like, oh, I have a lot of this, I have a lot of that, I'm just going to make some vinegar out of it instead of tossing it or trying to use it all up. But at any rate, yes, share with us in comments down below, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and please don't forget to check out the links I'll be putting in the description box down below by clicking on more or show more somewhere down here below the video screen to open that description box. And thanks for watching, take care, and God bless.